That's why I took my hand out. Rejected it? Good. What's up? What's up? I wasn't ready, but I mean, we just won't have a meeting today. I just don't like it over here. Y'all gonna have to fit. And I found out yesterday what the issue was. It's because when Zuckerberg sold to Meta, that's why the music. Because you can play anything you wanted to before, with no Vaseline, no problems, not even a thing. I'm gonna share it in a minute. Give me a second. I'm gonna share it in a minute. Um, share it live, guys. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I was just telling them I'm gonna do the same thing. Huh? Yeah, big things, stuff like this. There's a couple groups you don't have. I'm gonna give it. You get that talking to them? Y'all live? Yeah. All right. So glad I ain't a broke ass nigga, baby. He just mad cause he a broke ass nigga, baby. I thank God I ain't gotta sell dope no more. I sell myself now. Never needed to rip in the beginning. We're sharing a live, guys. Give us a second. And I'm all about my dough. But now that's all I blow. I don't fuck with y'all no more. Killers with me everywhere I go. Who say they got big with bro? Bet you won't see him no more. And I don't trip over no hoe. And I ain't never been no hoe. Keep it real, that's all I know. All right. So don't come knocking at my share to my page real quick, ladies and gentlemen. You need nothing to see wrong. Hey, Sam. You gon' do what I say. Share, and follow, guys. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Y'all know what it is. It's Metaphysical Movementz with 2DOPEsoulz. And how you doing, Sam? It's Metaphysical Movementz with 2DOPEsoulz, guys. And let's get into it. Let's get into it. Share the live real quick. Share the live. Share the live. Hmm? Yeah, you did. Why you did that? Oh, I thought you wanted to highlight it. Right.
Share the live, love. Share the live, y'all.
Tap, share, and follow, guys. Let's talk about your weekend. How was your weekend? I know we're coming on a little later than usual, but nevertheless, we are here. And wanted to holler at you on Labor Day. All right, on Labor Day weekend, Labor Day. That's some of y'all are doing or celebrating or whatever. If you come through, if you pop in, speak, because we just see numbers. We don't see names or anything. So if you come through, speak. I don't have anything on. Oh, and that's another issue.
Deliberately had them off. Huh? I deliberately had them off.
Oh, I know. I'm not looking at it, so I don't know.
It's fine.
I know it is. That's all. It is hot. And you feel the lights in your face. It is burning up. I'm gonna agree.
Welcome to the live, y'all.
Huh?
I see y'all coming in.
It's a hot day today, guys. It's a hot day. All right, y'all share the live real quick. We're just gonna chat with you for a few moments. Want to give you some Monday inspiration. See what it do. I thought you were showing me the new
What's that?
the new things that you just had.
Oh, what is that?
No, it's okay now. We're already live. I'm missing one. It used to be faster. But what's supposed to be the left field or the right? It's supposed to be the left field, right? Huh? No, it was back in the day. It used to be the left field. Hey, Street, how you doing, baby? Share the live. We're just waiting a few more of you guys to come in. We don't want to keep reiterating ourselves, so share the live and come on through. Come on through. Let's talk real quick. Let's talk for about 15, 20 minutes. Now, if y'all want a reading, y'all already know what to do with the readings. You can drop 530 stars, or you can cash app us $11.11 because we have popped on to do readings as well. So, you say you good, Streeter? You can be better than good by the end of the year. But you ain't know that, did you? You can be better than good by the end of the year. Hey, Miss Mitchell, how you doing? Yeah, for a guaranteed live reading, guys. For a guaranteed live reading, make sure that you gift us, share the live and gift us 530 stars, or you can cash app us $11.11. You say you feel it. I need you to run with that feeling. If you can feel it, run with that feeling. You know how they say you're all in your fields, but now this is the time that you need to be in your fields. Either follow that emotion, follow that feeling, and run with it. Don't back down. Don't let anyone talk you. Don't allow anyone to talk you. Thank you for sharing, guys. Don't allow anyone to talk you out of your miracle. Don't let anyone talk you out of your manifestation. If you can feel it, not just because I'm saying it, what I'm saying is confirmation. But if you can genuinely feel it, I need you to go with that feeling and go with that emotion, and don't let anyone or any circumstance talk you out of it. Again, like the other week's message, you have to start believing in the revelation more than the situation, and you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine, but I don't need you to waver. I don't need you to be doubtful. I don't need you to teeter and totter on the fence. I need you to get in a position where you have bulldog tenacity, where you won't ever face what you face in this season. You won't ever face it for the rest of your life. You've taken this loss, as we've said before, and you flipped it into a whole lesson. Hey, La. So, you see what I'm saying? So, I'm so glad that you said that I can feel it. That's you. That's your words. I'm going to screenshot this moment. I'm going to go back when you start dropping the ball, Streeter. I know, that's why I love it. When you start dropping the ball, which one do you? That's how I kind of hear. I know. I can have really going to get it. Which one? When you start dropping the ball, I'm going to remind you of what you said. You read yourself. You said you can feel it. So I need you to follow those feelings. I need you to stick to those feelings. You got quiet on it. You need to stick to those feelings. That sounds wrong. Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's good. That's good. That's how you want it. You want to see things change, you got to do something different. Stop expecting change and you're not changing anything. I'll change for a reason. You got to do something different. Remove things out of your life that shouldn't be there. Grew up all morning. Grew up all morning, y'all.
With good reason.
Talking and releasing and relating. You know, that's why it's called a relationship. You're supposed to relate. And so we were up all night relating to each other. And come to find out, the more and more we talk, the more and more we realize we're just the same. Just alike. Just alike, guys. So start relating to people that are around you that you say you want to be a part of their life, or you want them a part of your life. If y'all ain't talking and having conversations about yourself, not conversation about the other person, but about yourself.
Tell them how significant. Can y'all hear her, by the way? Can y'all hear her? Because I want you to express to them how significant what you just said was, you said the more we talked and talked and talked, just last night alone, we began to discover that we're more alike than different in a lot of areas. No, what I'm saying is, way more, right? What I'm saying is because for so long, we have teased and prided ourselves and
How
teased
different we are.
on how different we
And how different we, what different background we came from. And you came from this side and I came from that side.
It's all perspective and
And
interpretation.
it's definitely our perspective and interpretation, but it was all the same.
It was the same.
You know,
But that's what I'm saying. We thought it was different because of our perspective and interpretation.
Right. But it was all the same. Only because we had an opportunity to sit down and say, this is what I experienced, this is what I experienced, this is what I don't remember, this is what I do remember. It began to release things, guys, that you wouldn't even think that you had in you that needed to be released.
Right.
If you just sit down and talk to yourself long enough, you'll begin to remember why you're in the place you're in. You'll begin to remember where all the pain and the stress and the worry and the different issues, so to speak, that you have come from. You'll be able to understand yourself better. You know, we talk about doing natal charts and all those things, and that's good. That helps you a lot because it helps you understand who you are as a person. But to better understand yourself, you have to go back in your mind to those places that you refuse to acknowledge, or that, watch this, that were hidden because of your trauma. And you never know what kind of trauma you have. You just never know. You know, I personally have blocks in my blackouts. Let me say that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you have those same, some of you probably have the same sentiments. I have a lot of blackouts in my memory of blocks and stages of years that I can't recall. So those are the things that I personally sit back and work on, right? Hey, Kenny, to make sure that I am always keeping myself in front of myself. Did y'all see that? Keeping myself in front of myself. That way, if I'm always trying to find out where these little tidbits of personality quirks come from, or what we say flaws come from, you're constantly checking yourself and recognizing that there's always something that we don't know that we need to work on. Always. So we have to be sensitive enough to our own emotions. That's why we can't deal with ourselves, guys, because we have too many of others' emotions. So you would never know what you're hiding because you're always hiding behind others' emotions. And when you stop hiding behind others' emotions, then you'll see yourself clearly. You'll begin to see yourself more clearly. You'll begin to understand yourself more clearly when you stop hiding behind what somebody else did to you or how somebody else made you feel.
I think that's easy to do too. That's very easy to do, right?
It's very easy to hide behind someone else. It's very easy to blame someone else for not putting the salt up. It's easy to blame somebody else for not cleaning up behind themselves. Well, they only did what they saw. So we have to make sure that we do what we need. And what we need to do is see ourselves. Stop looking at other people.
Broken focus.
Stop looking at other people.
Broken focus. The reason why you have no energy, because energy goes where the focus goes.
Yeah.
You giving everyone else, whether it be positive or negative, or for positive and negative reasons,
Yes.
you giving everyone else all of your energy. And
Yeah.
energy goes where the focus goes. So if you're not focused on yourself, then you're not giving yourself energy. If you focus on someone else or a situation or a circumstance, you're giving it energy. And when it's time for you, you have nothing left.
You have nothing left. We do project, say reject on people what we do not want to acknowledge within ourselves. Did y'all hear that? We reject, we project on people what we do not want to accept in ourselves. We do. We just don't deal with our own egos.
And let's sit in that for a second, because these are metaphysical movements, right? That's the name of the broadcast, because here we teach you metaphysical principles.
Right.
So let's talk about the ego. In a Christian background or in a Southern background, or in the old school setting, we've been taught that the ego was demonic or satanic or bad, and the ego is something that needs to be put to
be
death
suppressed,
or something needs to be killed. No,
put under control,
not
put
at
under
all.
subjection.
The ego is a large part of not only who you are, but the ego is the way
You operate.
and the way you move and operate and the way you get your stuff,
Exactly.
the stuff that you say that you're manifesting. Your ego is how you go about
Pushes it.
manifesting it. So we
Exactly.
can't kill the ego. What we have to do is we have to tame the ego. And I think the
Have to.
problem is that we fail to educate people on is that we tell people to kill the ego when in fact all we have to do is tell them to control the ego and not allow the ego to control them.
Exactly.
Do you not understand that in astrology and in natal reading, when we start looking at your sun sign represents your ego? Now let that sink in. For everyone that's your sun sign is a Scorpio.
Absolutely.
Everyone that celebrates this, and well, I'm a Cancer, but my sun is. For everyone that celebrates your sun, I'm letting you
That's
know
all
that
ego.
you are celebrating your ego, and there's nothing
That's all ego.
wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It is a part of your subconscious, and it's a part of the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, that needs to be tamed and developed because the ego is something that we desperately need
Yes.
to produce our manifestation magic, and it is something that needs to be harnessed, honed, and controlled. So there's nothing wrong with the ego. I don't want you to get it twisted, but you're right. That is ego.
That's
Go ahead.
ego. So we
That
have
is
to
ego.
get to a place where we balance our
Mhm.
ego, understand that there are good parts to our ego and there are bad parts. So if you want to say good and bad, but we call it yin and yang. It's just a balance of self. And until you get a balance of self, you can forget wanting anything around you to have balance. Because if you're unbalanced, how in the hell is anything going to come to you and work? So if you're wondering why you're still doing the same thing at the same time every year, going through the same cycles, is because you refuse to balance out your ego. You refuse to balance out your emotions. You refuse to say, you know what? I gotta get my shit together. I gotta own my shit so I can stop projecting on people my own insecurities. People only project on you what they lack. People only project on you what they lack. So it's up to you.
People only project on you what they lack. It's almost as if they live in their life negatively or positively, vicariously through you, and you allowing it.
That's why we said that the location of people's words are in the flow of other people's conversations, because you are not walking out your own word or your own innuendos of what you think should happen in your life. You listening to other people, and your location of your words is in their mouth. So you're not walking on your purpose. You're not walking and following your dreams. You're walking and following the dreams and the locations of others' dreams. Because in reality, they don't know how to get theirs off the ground, so they use your ass to get them off the ground, and then they see, because they don't understand that however they got blessed is however they're gonna stay blessed. Huh? You can't bite the hand that feeds you or bite the hand that blessed you. So if watch this. If your ass didn't know how to do it when I helped you, how you gonna maintain it? Your ego's in the way. You're too prideful to ask for help. Sit yourself down somewhere. Figure out what you need to do with your life, and stop moving your life based off of somebody else's.
Say it again.
Sit your ass down somewhere and stop moving your life. Oh, I ain't know.
Go ahead.
And stop moving your life off of others and do what you got to do for you. This is it's called your life for a reason.
We talked about in service yesterday morning. And by the way, guys, Discover Life Enlightenment Center has launched every Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you follow that. Drop the page, ladies, so they can follow the link. It's the very first one. Drop that link, that comment, and I'm gonna post it so y'all can follow the link and y'all can watch. It's just 30 minutes every Sunday, 30 minutes. And the message this past Sunday was the power of you. Why are you sitting at the location of someone else when you can sit in your own location and make magic happen? I'm talking about magic. Guys, it's not rocket science. Once you tap in, because understand this, is your life that dull? Is your life that impotent? Is your life that boring? Is your life that emotionless, that storyless, that you don't have um, you don't have a crush on yourself. You don't admire yourself. You don't idolize yourself, but you have to project and you have to find someone else that's doing something that you think in your mind that is greater than you, and you project what you woulda, coulda, and shoulda on them. And then you live life in regrets because energy goes where the focus goes. You put so much energy in your idols, you have nothing left for you and your own magic and honing your own skills and your own craft.
Right.
Click that link, guys. Click that link. Join us for church at Discover Life Enlightenment Center each Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Click the link to join and for details to like and to follow. And make sure you share
gotta
it.
like the page so that you don't miss church
Church
on Sundays with
on
2DOPEsoulz,
Sundays with 2 Dope
guys.
Souls. Yeah, we having church. You got to just come and see. It's going to bless you. It's inspiration, it's prophecy, it's music, and it's teaching or reminding, because we can't teach you anything. We can only remind you
what you forgot.
of everything that you forgot. So understand that there's a power within yourself. Even the scripture says that now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above everything or anything that you ask or think, according to the power that works in you. There is a power of you. And that scripture is saying that there is no such thing as God if you don't exist. If you don't have a power working inside of you, if you can't think, if you can't believe, if you can't activate, there is no God outside of you, no matter what you subscribe to, that can, watch this, do anything above, abundantly, more, because you have to do something first. You have to ask, you have to think, and you have to have a power, or you have to have a godship or divinity already working in you to connect to whatever deity that you're trying to connect to on the outside. That's why we keep telling you guys, in order to go in, you must. In order to come out, you must go in. But too many of you are looking for things exterior of you when everything you need is on the inside, because you package your potential, you produce by purpose, and you conceive by destiny. It's all about the power of you. It's all about the decisions that you make. It's all about the moves that you make. If you fail once, then try again. It's time to bust a move. But you have to bust a move with you on your side. See, you've been against yourself. It's been an inside job. You've been sabotaging your entire life. It's an inside job. But now that you are finally moving out of your own way, now we can get the assignment done. Now we can get the job done. Now the blessings can flow. You're in your own way.
You're so in your own way, simply because we only can speak on things that we've already dealt with ourselves, within ourselves, right? And so you cannot expect, guys, anything to work for you if you are not adult enough to acknowledge what happened to you, why it happened to you, and acknowledge that it wasn't your fault, even though it happened.
Right.
And so I said something earlier, and a lot of you all, it should have struck nerves, because there was at least 4 people in the room, but when I said what I said, it should have struck a nerve. I saw one person say yes to it, but 3 other people recognized it. You have blackouts. You have blackouts.
Blackouts. I like the way you phrase it. You said memory loss, and then you shifted to blackouts.
You have blackouts in your
Somebody
memory.
star us or cash app us. Let's go.
You have
if you're enjoying this.
You have blackouts in your memory that cause you to blotch out times and periods in your psyche that you were unsure of why you were feeling the way you were feeling. And so, because you didn't understand the emotion that you had, whether it be through a molestation or through the way somebody treated you, or the way you were mistreated, spoken to, or handled, or abused, or whatever, verbally, physically, whatever, you blocked something out in your mind, so that when you get to this place in life and you're trying to figure out, well, where is this coming from? Because it's coming from somewhere. You didn't just pick up this habit. This is a habit that was formed from an experience.
Stop. We're not going to roll over stuff. This is a habit that was formed
from an experience. You had an experience, and that experience caused an emotion. And that emotion either caused you happiness or it caused you trauma. Now, notice we always remember our happy moments, but very seldom do we remember all of our traumatic moments.
True.
We usually will keep and hold to one traumatic moment because we want to remember that, because we like to remember things that hurt us because we don't want to be healed. Okay, I'm just talking to myself. But
Amen, Walls.
we hold on to things because it's familiar. That's why we hold on to certain traumas, because it's familiar. But there's certain traumas that we push in the back of our mind, and we black them out. We black it out. You know you can do that, right? You can do whatever you need to do with your brain.
That's true.
And you black it out. And when the time comes for you to remember or to understand yourself better or to own your shit, you can't own it, because what you're doing now is you're projecting. Instead of dealing with your experience, you're projecting. And as long as you continue to project, hey Veronica, as long as you continue to project onto others what is going on with you, you will never come out of the blackout. You will never see the light of day. And you will always have issues. You will always go through in your mind wondering what is going on with you, because you refuse to open up the window and take away the blackout.
Mm-hmm. You refuse to let the sun in.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm done with the blackouts.
You refuse to let light in.
Yeah.
You refuse to heal.
Yeah. Hey guys, the stars have been activated. There's a star party going on right now. We got 4 minutes and 11 seconds. So I'm assuming that when that happens, that means that if you gift us right now, if something special is going to happen, either for you or for us. So let's see what happens. So everybody start gifting. We got 4 minutes. Now we have 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Let's go, guys.
Make sure you guys join Discover Life Enlightenment Center's page. Like it. And meet us every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Right? But today, this is Metaphysical Movementz. On TikTok, we do a thing called Metaphysical Movementz. On here, we do a show called Metaphysical Movementz. It's time to enlighten you and take you to the next level in your thinking. We're here to enlarge your cosmic footprint in the universe.
Yes.
Will you matter when you go to the next phase? Will you matter? Hey, Denise, how you doing? Will you matter? We're here to help enlarge your cosmic footprint in the universe. Because the question is, will you matter when you go to the next phase of your existence? And that's what I want. I want to leave legacy. I want to matter in this realm, in this time, in this existence.
Right.
Because I don't know. I may go to another planet after this. You know what I'm saying? I may not come back here. So I need to do what I'm going to do and learn what I'm going to learn here. We may be going on another assignment.
Ain't no telling, child.
For guaranteed live reading from 2DOPEsoulz, you can share this live and gift us 530 stars or cash app us. We'd rather the cash app, $11.11 or more. But let us know if you've cashed out and you get a reading from both of us. All right? All right? Y'all enjoy the vibes, y'all. Share the live, share the stream, tap the screen. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, Stan, and thank you, Streeter, for the stars. Love you, babies. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing.
We got 2 minutes and 7 seconds, y'all, for y'all to drop some stars. Y'all drop some stars during this star party.
Share the what we watch lately.
Thank you, B.
That's really metaphysically intriguing. We said we were going to talk about it. Well, you know, we've been stuck on the drama on BET Plus, but that was a movie or something that we looked at. We're gonna really watch the other one this evening.
Oh yeah, we're gonna watch it today for that.
That part. Oh shucks. Well, guys, we have enjoyed our time with you. We may come back on this evening, and I don't know. We may do a midnight panel for Labor Day. Might do that. Although we don't celebrate We don't celebrate American holidays. Thank you, Latasha. I didn't know you was here. Thank you for the start. We don't celebrate American holidays. Did y'all know that? Not saying that it's okay for you to, but we don't. And one day we can have a discussion on why. That's another discussion. But if you're really going to be
45 seconds, y'all. Let's drop the stars. Thank you, Tasha.
if you're really going to be, there's a lot of things, a lot of changes that we have to make, a lot of habits and stuff that we have to change, a lot of protocol that we have to change, a lot of mindsets that we have to change. If we're going to grow, we can't continue to be stuck in the same systems. And so that's one thing that we'll talk about. Oh, okay, baby. That's one thing we'll talk about. One of the reasons why we don't celebrate American holidays, we celebrate holy days, and really holy days that we've created, not somebody else's. But we just refuse to be stuck in the same system on any level. On any level, whether it be socially, whether it be politically, whether it be religiously, whether it be spiritually, we're not going to be stuck in the box. And you should be stuck in the box either. If you're going to a snowball boundaries, if you're going to associate yourself with something, know the root of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if not, you're just keeping yourself in a box anyway.
Period.
Did you not know that each holiday, each American holiday, is a ritual? And not saying that there's anything wrong with rituals. I just choose the rituals that I participate in.
Just understand what you're doing when you do it.
That I do.
And that's what everything that you do, guys. Understand the root of it. Understand where it came from so you can make a conscious decision if you want to do it. That's with anything in life. That's even when you go look for a job. I was on an interview a few years ago. Back in 2017, I think it was. Sat at a table with maybe 7 or 8 people.
I remember this.
And I guess that was
designed to
intimidate their way of intimidation.
Did it work?
So as I said, I went through the first phase interview. You're the clown, we watching. Then you go through the next one with this person, and now you got to meet the board. Okay, you got to meet everybody because now everybody got to like you. Okay. So I go into this big boardroom, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in the room, all of other races. I was the only one of my race. And I sat down at the table, and they grilled me, and they questioned me, and they asked me this, and they asked me that, and they asked me this, and they asked me that. And I was very professional and answered all their questions. And then they asked me something at the end. They said, "Now, do you have any questions for us?" I said, "Absolutely not." I said, "But do know I was interviewing you as well."
And then what they said, we know.
We know. Because the entire time they were questioning me,
they were intimidated.
I was watching them. I was checking out if I really wanted to work with them. I was looking at the people that was going to be over me. Do I want to fool with you? Because I'm listening to you the way you're asking your questions. And the way but you know what? I'm interviewing you as well. And you know what? They called me the next day. Because I wasn't afraid. You don't scare me. No matter if the president, if I was sitting in front of Biden, if I need something from him, I'm going to tell him what I need.
Right.
And he can just either say yes or no. It's just that simple. Why are you afraid to tell people what you need?
We were on Big O last night. And I think it was one of the first readings that we did. The young lady that's in the box. She's actually a client. We've read her before. But one thing that took place, that's what this is. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. One thing that took place, the first thing she began to do was she began to project and blame everything else for her woes.
Everything.
Right.
Everything on somebody else.
And we had to wake it up and say that, no, you got to love yourself first. You have to take care of yourself first, even before you do X, Y, Z. And you can't blame anyone for where you are.
You can't, or where you're not.
Because she began to talk about how she was alone and she didn't have any help.
That's by
choice. I was so glad that you screamed out, but by choice.
That's by choice.
We attract and we distract those things that we want and do not want in our life.
We know when certain people come around us, we know how to treat them to get them away from us. Now, if I ain't the only one in here that's gonna sit here and act like I don't know how to manipulate a situation, y'all can stop playing with me because ain't nothing wrong with manipulation. Because if it means I got to keep my peace, and I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to get you out of my face. So stop acting like y'all don't do that. Well, you should. If you don't, shame on you. If you don't look at situations and judge them, I'm gonna judge them before it's time. I'm gonna judge everything before it's time. You got me fucked up. because I don't want it to come and judge me by making the wrong decisions.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
That's my philosophy.
It's a good one. It's a damn
That's
good
Sheila 101.
It's a damn good philosophy.
Shit.
And so, she was able to see, what was I saying? You fell asleep on that one, by the way. Not on that well, probably by the time we got it up. But it was funny. I said, oh man, them legs must have started feeling good and you fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
But we actually stayed on maybe about 2 more hours or after you probably fell asleep last night, Sam. And it ended up actually being good. Ended up being a very, very, very good night last night. And even that last match, was that NYC Barbie? That was last night, right? Yeah, even that last match. Yeah, you did, right? But the young lady, she was like, you're right, I got to get my shit together and I had this all wrong. I can't take care of even my child if I don't take care of myself. Got to stop blaming people for my woes. Got to stop blaming people for why I'm not where I'm at. Right. Did people have a hand? Absolutely, but it was the things that you've allowed.
So allowed.
I'm going to say it again. Did people have a hand at your demise? Absolutely. But it's the hand that you've accepted. And it's the demise that you've allowed.
It's so what we allow. Wherever we are today is a direct result of the words we spoke over our life. So accept it. Be present in the present. Deal with it. It is what it is, guys. It was your decision.
Right.
It was your decision. Accept the consequence. Deal with it. Don't allow it to take you out.
Hug that consequence. Embrace that consequence. Because miracles are birthed out of messes all the time.
Why would we allow something to take us out that we induced?
Because, again, we hide behind all that bullshit. And we never want to own our own shit. We never want to own the fact that, watch this, we messed up something in our own life. It's easy to point the finger. It's easy to blame your partner.
But in reality, it wasn't your partner that did it. It was you.
It's because it's easy. It's the easy way out.
It's easy. It's easy to project.
It is the cowardice.
It's so cowardly.
Way out.
It's so cowardly. So, if you want to see things change, guys, in your life, change yourself.
Change yourself.
It's just
listen, it's hot.
It's hot as hell.
We got stuff to do.
California is putting the heat on us today, y'all.
We've enjoyed y'all. We hope you've enjoyed this moment of inspiration during Metaphysical Movementz just as much as we've enjoyed giving it out. Because you all inspire us to have the conversations that we have, to even get more thoughts like this out on the live. What you got to understand, what you guys get is a product of our everyday relationship life and our everyday conversations. It sure is. One more time for those of y'all that just joining us for church.
Y'all better not miss church.
Join us for church at Discover Life Enlightenment Center every Sunday.
That's why it's hot down here.
10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Click the link, guys, for the information. I wish it was storming here. I would go and play in the rain right now.
If it was raining,
I would go play in the damn rain.
I would sit on that roof right now if the rain would start, and I would get wet. All this hair would be out.
Can't go just run past that. You'll get wet now. Awesome. I'm just George. And together with 2DOPEsoulz. Snorting again. Snorting. Until next time, live and discover. Namaste. We see y'all later on this evening, guys. Love you. Thank you for the gifts and the